You are now tuned into ChiChat Podcast, where four women come together to encourage, inform, and inspire women by creating a dialogue that develops strong sisterhood and friendship. Around the table is Yolanda, Ebony, Katrina, and Breonna. Okay, now it's time for some ChiChat.
Hello. Welcome to another wonderful episode of our ChiChat Podcast. We're going to start with our check-in. And I'm going to go first. I am at a 4 today. Feeling okay today. So, Breonna, what you at, babe?
I am at a 4.5. Lord have mercy. What's going to take me over is when I'm able to be done with my day and go to bed. I'm going to have a 5. I got to do some running today.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. It's always good to just come on back home and chill. That's the best thing. Katrina, how you doing today, babe?
I'm really at a 2. I'm having some lady issues. My body is not feeling that great today. So I'm at a 2, but like Breonna, once I can hit that bed, I'll be fine.
Y'all understand that, honey. Ebony, where you at?
I'm at a 4. I feel well rested, even though I got up early and got some fresh air. So I'm at a 4 today.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So hit us up. Let us know how you're doing in the comments. We would love to chat with you as well as far as how you're doing and how you're hanging on. We know it's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm sure we got some 2s and some 1s, and that's okay because, hey, we all live long enough to know that it'll get better. So hit us up in the comments. Now today, we're going to be talking about colorism. I saw a video with this idiot, and I don't like to call people names, but he is one, with this idiot who decided, well, first of all, he was doing a rap battle, and he decided that he was going to pit dark-skinned women against the light-skinned women. And he was telling his opponent that, well, my baby mama is light-skinned and yours is dark-skinned. And then he started talking about the children. Well, your little dark-skinned child, and a 6-year-old girl at that, your little dark-skinned child is going to be gang raped and going to be not wanted by people because of the color of her skin. She's not going to get likes on social media. A whole bunch of just stupid, crazy mess. Just ridiculous. And you, sir, are ridiculous. You are the reason why a lot of your little young black girls feel like they don't measure up. You need to be ashamed of yourself because the stuff that you're spewing is a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. And your black mama gave birth to you. So you really should be ashamed of yourself. We shouldn't be doing the color of your skin type stuff. You, sir, are an idiot if you're watching this. And I refuse to say your name. So wherever you are, if you decide you're going to watch this or somebody tell you whatever, this is from me personally. Yolanda Randolph, you, sir, are an idiot. Now, bring myself back down here.
Who you all?
I'm about to say, hell has no fury like a woman scorned, all right?
No.
Because I don't care what color we are, what color God created us to be, we are all still women. Mm-hmm. We all bleed the same the purple blood, the red blood. We're no different just because of our pigmentation. And whoever feels so are idiots. Yes, I said it. Now, colorism. The Webster's Dictionary, I'm going to read it to you. It says prejudice or discrimination, especially within a racial or ethnic group, favoring people with lighter skin over darker skin. With that being said, now Webster's have a definition for it, but some people still don't believe it exists. Do it actually exist? Breonna, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it definitely still exists. I wish I could give you all specific statistics, but what I can say from an educational standpoint is that there was a study done where children were playing with Caucasian dolls and black dolls, And a lot of the children chose Caucasian dolls because they felt like those dolls were better. They felt like they were better because of their hair. They felt like they were better because of their skin. They just felt like it was better. A lot of people were wondering, well, why would you say that? And they said, well, a lot of people don't play with me because I'm dark skinned, so I'll play with the Caucasian baby. And that's a study I can put in the comments for people, but that was a study done just with children. So even children can look or be almost kind of take into consideration of themselves, like, well, if people don't play with me as a little kid, well, maybe they're better than me because they're lighter than me. And children can even relate that to being like dirty or not clean. And so that's from an educational standpoint. So children can even get that idea that I'm not good enough. So when he did the rap battle, I'm like, do you understand that there was a study done where children don't even see the value in themselves? So you as a father, yourself, you don't value life, you don't value identity, you don't value beauty, because beauty comes in all shades.
Yes.
So even with our pigmentations, look at us right here on this screen. We are all different pigmentations, but all of us on this screen are beautiful. And it's like, that man literally was going to call me out because I'm darker than y'all. He would call me out and say I'm not pretty in comparison to you guys. And so, but the thing about it is, it's real. And that's why I'm such an advocate for melanin queens. No matter what it is, you are beautiful. That dark pigmentation, child, get it right.
Okay.
Now.
Right. And you know, my mom was dark skinned, and I love my mom to pieces. And when he talked like that, he's talking about my mama. He's talking about my he's talking about my friends. He need to be ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
Ebony, how you feeling about this, honey?
So I got a chance to see the video because the lady who actually posted the video, Lovely T, I follow her. I've been a tea sipper for a while. I wish she run across this video. Hey, girl. But I got a chance to see the video and I was cringing. Like, first of all, I seen the video and then I seen another, like, a live that he posted saying that it was a hypothetical. First of all, for you to even have a thought, even if you're not really saying, if you're saying the guy doesn't have a 6-year-old daughter, you don't realize that you're talking about other daughters, whether they're 6, 10, 20, it doesn't matter. You're talking about other daughters, you know? And I just feel like he is an idiot. He is. I can't say all of what I said when I saw the video because I shouldn't be talking like that up here, but it pissed me off because I'm like, like, you are a black man, how dare you talk about black women like that, you know? So it did piss me off, but back to the question, colorism, yes, it does exist. I was thinking about that question when I saw, you know, what you said, and, you know, just going back to, you know, the 80s and the 90s, you know what I'm saying? With TV, Martin, let's see, what else? Coming to America, you know, Apollonia and Vanity, you know, Prince and all of that stuff. Like, all of these men and all of these TV shows show that women of a lighter complexion deserve the romance, deserve to be treated like a queen. And it's just like black, you know, darker skinned women were pushed to the side. And, you know, you see things like that and it does make you feel away, you know. I might not have the darkest complexion, but hey, like you said, my mama's dark skinned, my sister's dark skinned, and growing up, I wanted to be dark skinned. You know, I wanted to have their complexion, you know. I mean, my mom, honey, she could kill a red lipstick, kill any clothes you put on, like, you know, and it's just seeing that, you know, I'm like, ooh, I want to look like that, you know. So it does make you feel away. It really does. And it's a shame that even today still, we've reached a point where darker men are glorified. Men are able to be darker, but women can't. it's always something with women. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's ridiculous. Katrina, how you feeling, babe?
Yes, ma'am. Colorism does exist. And it just brings me back to, back in way before our time, but when they used to do the brown paper bag, the people in movie theaters and stuff like that. And people may not be bringing out the brown paper bags now to test your complexion, but it still happens today. And it just makes me feel some kind of way about that. And just thinking, sometimes somebody will comment, a dark-skinned woman, and say, oh, she's real pretty to be dark. Like, what is that? She's pretty. She's just a pretty woman. It doesn't matter if she's dark or light or whatever. So, yeah, it exists, and it's not right. It's not right at all. And society does need to come away from that. So,
and that used to be a standard.
Yeah, I did that video. Well, part of it, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't even watch it. It just made my stomach turn. Just for one thing, to hear him talking about dark-skinned women that way, and then it's a child at that. Talking about what he would do to children, and it was just, it's disgusting. Just disgusting. I couldn't handle it. But I did watch that follow-up video that he did live, where he was saying that it was just a rap battle, But who could think of something like that? You got to have a sick mind to even come up with something like that.
And he was not apologetic either. let's not leave that out. He was not apologizing for what he said.
He had no remorse. So he's not even thoughtful for what he said. He just feels like it's a battle. Okay, people, get over it. But it's more to that, because what if a little kid is seeing that, or what if dark women are seeing that and they start to feel some kind of way about themselves because of the stupid mess that he said up there. It's crazy. I can't.
And that opens the door to young guys who want to rap. That opens the door for them to use that same vernacular in their raps. It opens the door that it's okay to use this terminology. It opens the door to a lot of negativity and disrespect. It even leads to emotional abuse, because if you're saying these words to me, how can I value myself? Those words are playing in my head, and I no longer see myself in the right light because of this comment. And I want to say my little comment about the paper bag, because I remember doing research, and back in the day, some sororities use that as a method of how you got in. If you were not, if you were darker than the paper bag, they automatically were like, certain ones. I don't know which ones, but that was a part of their requirements, quote unquote. So it's real. Even amongst women, it's real.
Yeah. And you know what? Just to piggyback off of what Breonna said about the kids, so that brings up a good point. And it made me remember about this video. And y'all might have seen this video of this little girl. She was getting her hair twisted, and she told the girl that she was ugly. And the girl kicked her. She was like, "Oh my God, like, you're not." When I tell y'all, I cried like a baby when I saw that video, because it wasn't outwardly saying that because she was that complexion, she was darker. But it just could have been a combination of things that make that little girl feel that she's ugly. And she's not. She's very pretty. Yeah. So, it just made me think about that when you said about the kids. Like, this stuff is like, it's real. It really is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why we gotta teach our girls while they're young that they are beautiful. No matter what the outside world tells you, I'm telling you, you're beautiful. You are beautiful. Don't let nobody else any other kind of way. You're a beautiful queen, a beautiful Black queen, no matter what color your skin is, and that's that. Don't even let nobody bring you down, girl.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. So with that being said, whose responsibility is it to fight against it? Now, is it ours as a society, or is it each person? Do they fight it by themselves, or should us as a society fight against it? Katrina, how do you feel about that?
Just thinking about that, each person individually should fight it or should try to fight it, but all collectively is going to end up being a society thing, because we're working. If I'm working on it here, you're working on it there, Breonna's working on it on her end, Ebony's on her end. We're all separately doing it, but collectively it's still getting our voices heard out there. We all work on it together. That's what I think.
Yeah. Breonna, how you feel about that?
Yeah, it brings up a point I was thinking about, and it's not necessarily about colorism, but it's on the point of how businesses, from a business perspective, businesses really don't think about the corporate morale until an incident happens where somebody feels that they were being discriminated against. And so I think that it goes back to corporate, it goes back to education, it goes back to the head honchos making it a necessity to consider other people. They say that, in their bylaws, we're not going to discriminate against you because of your race, because of your religion, yeah. They say that. But then situations come up where you're literally being denied a job because you have dreads. Or you're literally being denied a job because somebody found out your sexuality. Like, it's always something that comes up. So for me, it starts with individuals, but from a business aspect, it starts with the founding principles of your business. I think you have to establish yourself as a non-discriminating type entity from the beginning. Then you have to make sure that the little businesses or your chains follow that. Because if they don't follow that, then you got to do this whole corporate morale type thing. So I do think it starts with you as like Breonna, but I think with whoever you work with or work for, they have to have that same standard. Because it makes you look like you agree with that. That's if there was a discrimination issue, it's like, I work for you, so I agree with that. But it's like, no, I don't. So, yeah.
Yes. Ebony, how we feel?
I feel like individual basis would be the starting point. And I'll just go back to like when I was younger. I used to stay with my aunt a lot, and being at my aunt's house and even being home, with my mom, our house and and being with my family, Blackness was celebrated. So all things was celebrated, all things Black, like, exactly where you come from, you know who you are. And I can remember my cousin, she used to love the Kenya dolls, like back in the 90s, the Cabbage Patch dolls, like having things like that, understanding who you are, self-perception, so to speak. So I feel like, individual, so that way you know who you are in this world, going out, you know what you're dealing with. So.
And I agree with all of you. I feel like we have to know who we are first before we put out here in this world, because this world has been like this for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's just and it's so unfortunate, but this is the world we live in. And so we have to be able to go out with our heads held high, being positive Black women, strong Black women, and know that it doesn't matter about the color of our skin. We can still excel. We can still be the top. We can still do whatever we choose. It does not matter about the color of your skin. We have to feel like that first. When we have little girls, we have to teach them that first. That's one of the first things that I've taught my daughter, Lay. You are beautiful, no matter what someone says, no matter how your hair is, no matter what, you are a beautiful young lady. And never ever forget it. And don't allow them to tell you that you're not. Your friends are beautiful, and you make sure that they know it. You tell them. Because everybody doesn't have someone who can tell them that. Everybody doesn't have a role model to look at and to know how to treat themselves, know how to be comfortable in their skin. So that's very important. Does it cause you to feel any negativity towards yourself? Me, Absolutely not, because I went and I learned who I am as Yolanda Randolph. So no, not for me. Breonna, how do you feel, hon?
Yeah, I definitely feel good about myself. I know growing up, there were moments, where it was she's prettier because she's lighter. There were moments that happened at school. And I can tell you this, it really took my mom, she was definitely an advocate for, you're beautiful. Don't get caught up on that, and that helped build my self-esteem, because growing up, let's be real, ladies, when we are in the classroom and we see a cute guy, but he's looking at somebody else because they're lighter than you, it's like, that's the only reason you won't talk to me, because she's lighter, it's just, it really almost made try to do discrimination in the classroom, but I realized that was his perspective of the situation. I know I'm beautiful, she knows she's beautiful, and that's how I began to grow. That's why I'm such an advocate for encouraging women, period. Because at the end of the day, I know my worth, and I want you to know yours, and I want us to work together. So yeah, it can affect relationships and affect your thoughts, but I think through life, I've grown up, and through life, I can see things with a better lens, and that's why I encourage others to do that.
Yeah, that's good. Ebony.
I would say, at this point in my life, of course, like, just to piggyback off of what Breonna said, no, it does not affect me. But of course, when you are seeing like other people, especially when you're younger, before you really come into your own and know who you are, you see those, light skin or like racially ambiguous people, and you're looking like, oh, I wish it would be nice to have, this, or, I would be lying if I say I didn't feel like that when I was younger, but me today, no, I don't feel like that. And it's so crazy. I want to bring something else up too, because back to the guy who did the video. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this guy. I think his name is Tommy Sotomayor or something like that. Well, this is a black man, and he absolutely hates black women. Okay, I've seen about 2 or 3 videos that he's done, and I'm just like, what black woman did you run across that tried to kill you, that just wanted you dead? I mean, I hate to tell you guys to go watch this because we're on a positive thing right now, but I'm just like, and this man, he has a daughter. He has a daughter, a black daughter. So I'm just like, when I look at stuff like that, it's definitely not for the weak. If you don't know who you are as a person, I definitely would not encourage you to go and watch his videos. They kept taking his videos down on YouTube. But I say all that to say, just know who you are, and no, it does not affect me right now. At this point in my life, I know who I am. And I think I'm beautiful regardless if I'm whatever color. So
yeah.
Well, we all are beautiful. Ebony, you are beautiful. Katrina, you're beautiful. Breonna, you're beautiful. All of us are just beautiful. And whoever don't feel so, they can go kick rocks. Like that dude who did this video, or that video we talking about. I'm still on him. I'm very angry about that. What about our little black watching? They're on social media all the time. They're on this YouTube and the Snapchat and that TikTok. What about them? Is it fair to remove them from social media because of this type of stuff? Is that fair? Because people can't keep their opinions to themselves? Breonna?
Is it fair to take down like the videos?
Or is it fair for to stop our daughters from watching? Or our cousins?
Yeah. My answer to that is to monitor. I think that the reality is, and that's something else, and this is like a side, I'm veering off 1%. But I think that in life, we learn by experience and we learn by exposure. And so I feel like if your daughter or son comes across the material that we're discussing today, that's an educational moment. That's a teachable moment, because at this point, once somebody is exposed to something and you educate them, they are no longer ignorant. Because sometimes you really can be ignorant. You really can be like, I didn't know that was an issue. I didn't think that was a problem. But once you see your son or daughter entertaining something like that, I think it's a teachable moment. You know, because at that point, I've had the conversation. If my child goes left from the conversation, it would draw a red flag to me to go back to character education, you know? So.
That's And speaking of my daughter, I did show it to her.
Okay.
I did, but I wanted her to see the type of ignorance that's out there. And so she can know that to be prepared, baby, because we have some ignorant folks out here. Now, I've taught you as much as I can, but now you need to see it for yourself. Right. I'm older, you know, so she did see it, and she was very upset. She saw it, she was upset. Katrina, how do you feel?
I don't think it's fair to tell, you know, it depends on the child's age.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's fair that they shouldn't go on social media anymore because they could run across some foolishness like that. Mm-hmm. But like Yolanda said, we do need to monitor. Yeah. I mean, it's not for our girls, it's for our sons too. Because my son is dark. He's very handsome. But it was a point that he had to come into it. Like we've always, my husband and I always have told him, boy, black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. You know, you're very handsome. But he always felt like, I don't want to be this dark. Because I guess the little kids in school got attention, the lighter ones. But dude is 12 years old now, and he's feeling his darkness, okay?
Okay.
He knows that work. Girl, I gotta watch him now. Wow, it took a teacher, one of his teachers, a black teacher, that helped him come. What she did was she asked them to name a celebrity that they felt like they had something in common with, and he named out, I ain't gonna say who, but he named out two of the really dark-skinned comedians. And she was like, boy, why did you choose these people? You need to, she was like, you nothing like them. You need to choose like Idris Elba. And once she said that, he was like, I don't know him. And so he came home and talked to me about it. And I showed him who he was. And I'm like, boy, that's everybody think he's so fine, and this, that, and the other. And ever since then, he really had to embrace his blackness, his dark skin. But it's just, I don't know why he ever felt that way, because we don't teach it. We've never taught our kids. Our children are all different shades, you know. So we've never taught them that one shade is prettier than the other, or you dark boy, so you ain't nothing, or you ain't handsome. So look, I don't went so far left that I don't even know what the question is. I don't even know what the question is anymore. But what is the question, Yolanda?
Well, should we remove children from social media?
Oh no. So yeah, I feel like they should. Because he's on social media, we just need to monitor what they're watching, and if they do run across something like that, just quickly go break it down for them. Give them, like Breonna said, an educational moment that they can know, you know, that's not acceptable, you know, for you to act that way, or you to talk about somebody that way, and it's not acceptable for someone to, you know, to talk to you that way or make you feel a certain way about yourself. So it's not fair to take them off. We just need to monitor what they're getting in.
Ebony?
I think Breonna and all of y'all, I think y'all kind of summed it up for me. I'm rolling with y'all. Like, it's the same thing. Like, you just have to keep those open lines of communication. Like, you know, because I always have a habit of asking my son like how things make him feel, you know. So teaching them, being educational, but also getting feedback, you know, so that you can keep those open lines of communication, letting them know that, you know, if they do see something, if they do have questions about something, because they will have questions, you know, And I can definitely say that, you know, I feel like, I don't want to sound, I don't know, I'm just gonna say it. I feel like Black parents have the hardest job ever, because not only do we have to, you know, build our child's, or, you know, help them build their character, help them come into their own, we also have to, you know, not shelter them, but get them prepared to go out into the world where they could possibly be killed or discriminated against, or, you know, all this other stuff. So I feel like we have the hardest, most rewarding job ever. I'm just gonna put that out there. So kudos to all the Black parents. But no, I don't feel like you should take them off social media. But like I said, back to what all of you said, education and keeping those open lines of communication. You won't have to do that, because when they see those things, they'll say, oh, my mama told me this, my daddy told me this, and listen, I see that, but later for what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I agree. I agree 100%. I'm not going to remove mine just because of I'm just not. I know what my children are doing because I'm on top of it. So I'm not going to remove them just because there's some people up there who wants to just go up there and act a fool and to want to use it for what it's not used for. I mean, in the first place, we're not even supposed to be doing that kind of stuff, I don't think, on social media, which brings me to my last question. Does social media have a responsibility? I think so. I think if they have this stuff come up here, it should automatically be taken down. That's just my take on that. Ebony, how do you feel about that?
I'm kind of torn because they have so many disclaimers and stuff, and everything it's like anything goes on social media, like, and so I'm kind of torn. I feel like they should. Most of the time when people see things and they report it, it is taken down. But then, like, they got so many disclaimers, kind of like use at your own risk. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like takes the onus off of them almost. So yeah, I think for my answer, it kind of just ties into like the question that we just answered, like just making sure that you're preparing them and they understand what the possibilities are before they get into the phase of like social media, you know, and stuff. Because honestly, social media was sent to destroy this world. It really was. I'm just gonna be honest. Yes, we use it. You can use it for good. And if we didn't have social media and all of this stuff, I would have met none of you guys. So you can use it for good, but a lot of people use it for ignorance. They use it for, you know, to tear people down. And, you know, it's just, it's up to people's discretion how they want to be perceived. But the only thing that I can say is when people putting things out on social media, they need to understand, once it hits social media, it will never go away. You can't take nothing back. Yeah. So the guy, what he said, it can't be taken back. You done got the whole world in an uproar because everybody was pissed with him. But, you know, the only thing I could think of when it came to him also was, who hurt him? Someone had to have done something mighty bad to him for him to even have the guts or to even have those thoughts. Like, you know, just that train of thought. But yeah, that's just my take on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. Breonna?
Yeah.
So this social media, I mean, Ebony said it really well, but to add to her point, I had a classmate, and I know we've all heard stories of people sending the text messages to folks, and then the text message comes to Facebook, and then they trying to take down the text. I hope y'all know what kind of text I'm talking about. So it's like, when those moments like that happen for me, that is just, it's such a touchy subject, because at that point you have not exposed something that was between us to social media. And so it's like, once people start doing like the video we're discussing, or videos to show that Sally, you know, exposing or something like that, like for me, that's when Facebook needs to be like, attack, take it down. But it's like people be screenshotting, people be screen recording now. So it's like, even if social media took it, somebody else done got it. So it's like 59 outlets now have this same thing that I done fought to get taken down. So it's tough. Like I said, that's why I said I'm piggybacking off of Ebony. Once you put it out there, baby, it's hard. It's hard now. It's harder now than when the internet first begun to do social media. Because in the beginning, you really could take it down and kind of be away. But now, with screen record, you got to be careful. So, I mean, Facebook, TikTok, everybody, do right. Just do right.
Yeah.
Just do right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Ebony was saying, it's so many disclaimers out now that they can pretty much get away with everything because it takes them out of it, and it's solely on the person that's posting it. So I don't think it is society, social media responsibility to monitor it per se. But the people should just be careful what they're putting out there, and think about other people before they put it out there. Not just yourself, but whoever you're talking about, or whoever is, you responding to, or whatever.
Okay, you back. We were looking like, where's Yolanda?
Did I?
You had a pause. You had a pause moment. You're back though.
Yeah, it froze for a minute.
Yeah.
And she had another pause.
Okay.
Yeah. We're just having a little technical difficulty, friends. But this really has been a great topic. So we want you guys to comment below.
I was still
your
on my end.
Ooh.
Get away, devil. That's what I heard that.
Okay, she's gonna come back.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at a point now in our show where we shout out a sister girl of the week. First of all, does any of you ladies have anything else to say about the colorism and social media and our beautiful Black girls? Anybody else have anything to talk about or mention?
No. Black girls rock.
There we go.
Black is beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. So, speaking of Black women and Black girls, the girl of the week, this is the mayor of Atlanta. Her name is Miss Keisha Bottoms. Now, I chose Miss Keisha Bottoms. Fighting so hard against this coronavirus. She has been trying to tell her people to be mindful and be careful, but she's being fought every day by the governor. But she still continues to get up there every day, and she does not back down because her people are more important than trying to go get a dollar. So, Miss Keisha Bottoms, you, ma'am, are wonderful. Your awesomeness, your the what we call the Black girl magic. And so you keep doing your thing and keep being great. And so that's our sister girl of the week. Now, one word motivation. One word motivation for me this week is worthy. Little girls, women, you are worthy. You are loved, you are worthy, and you matter. Please never ever forget that. No matter who comes your way, no matter who tries to make you feel otherwise, because unfortunately, there's people out here, there's bullies out here who will try to make you feel less than and other than. You have to know that you are worthy. You have to know that because you are. Okay? Breonna.
My word is resilient. Black girls are resilient. They overcome adversities that life brings them. So Black women, Black girls, remember, you are resilient.
Yes. Ebony.
My one word for the week is going to be admire, because Black women are admired by all other ethnicities. They always try to duplicate what we do, but they cannot, okay? They cannot.
You better say it.
They admire us, okay? They admire us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Katrina.
Persevere is my word. We so much that we get put on us, but we can get through anything, and we've gotten through so much so far, this far, and we can persevere and get through anything at this point. So persevere, yes. Black women.
Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. We are the ChiChat Podcast, and we thank you so much for joining us and for loving us. And hey, thank you for all the likes and thank you for all the comments. We greatly appreciate you. Now, please leave us some comments about today's session or today's chat. Okay, we want to hear from you. We want to hear how you're feeling. In your mind, does it exist? In your mind, whose responsibility is it? Do you feel any negativity towards yourself? What about our little Black girls who are watching? Should we remove them? And finally, does social media have a responsibility? And this is for women with sons too. This is we're not going to discriminate against our boys, because, like you all were saying, boys need to see this type of stuff too, so they can know how not to act. That's how I do my boys. My boys see this stuff and they would know better to be like that. And so they too have to go out and lead by example. So we want to thank you again so much for taking the time to check us out, and blessings to you.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to our episode of ChiChat. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at ChiChat Podcast.